ready to embark on a transformative journey? Hi, I am Sharon Kumara, host of Awakened Soul. By tuning into Awakened Soul Radio, you will be inspired to shed the illusions that bind you, connect more deeply with your inner wisdom, and step into a liberating life of freedom, clarity, and purpose. Each episode, I share stories and lessons learned that help cultivate greater compassion, patience, and understanding, qualities to embody in everyday life. I invite you to join in as we expand our awareness, exploring diverse topics, and gain access to practical tools, guided exercises, and expert advice to help overcome fears and break the chains that bind us. Join us on Awakened Soul. Your journey to freedom and true self begins here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Awakened Soul Radio, and also Ascension Gateway if you're watching on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Ascension Gateway. Thank you for being here. Today, we are going to talk about the art of channeling. Now, I am a channeler, and so I feel that channeling sometimes gets a bad rap from people, even people in my circles that I listen to, that believe that it might be dangerous. Now, I don't know about dangerous. However, I do feel that it is an art form. And so when we do channel higher beings or higher energies, we definitely need some training and be able to use discernment. So I'd like to talk about how I became a channel. I guess you could call it a channel for higher energies and higher beings. And if you're interested, maybe you would like to train either with me or someone else to do this as well, because it is extremely rewarding. I will tell you that. Okay. And there are books out there on channeling as well. We're actually always channeling, either channeling the lower mind, or we're channeling the higher mind or higher energies, higher beings, or lower energies. So what I'm talking about is the art form of channeling higher beings or higher energies, or our higher self as well, and the God presence, the source, who the all that is of who we are. It's a natural part of life is channeling, because that's what we do. Our bodies here are our communication device. So we're channeling some type of energy always. Wherever we get our information is channeling. That's how we get our information. When we're in a creative mode, we're channeling. Do you ever feel like you're doing something, writing or working on art, or in the zone? Then you are basically what we call channeling energies, and time just goes away. You're in the zone, very focused. Okay. So the channeling I'm talking about is when you translate energies that are coming into your physical body, in your energy field, from other dimensions, higher dimensions, or consciousness, higher consciousness, could be your higher self, or higher benevolent beings. And we are translating that into language here, or how we understand the energies that are coming in. And the best way to channel, of course, is to move out of the way as much as possible and just be a clear conduit for the information. And we speak through our voice box or automatic writing. We're always translating energies. Our body is always translating. And, whatever's coming at us, there's always communication, information coming at us from the universe, from consciousness all the time. So channeling is focused energy that we are translating with our body. I started channeling 20-something years ago, around 23 years ago, I guess now. I had my near-death experience in 2001. And as I started working very intensely with Yeshua, Christ, who met me in my near-death experience, I began channeling through my journaling, through writing, and that turned into automatic writing. took a little while for me to trust what I was getting, but that's how I was able to start channeling information, was through writing and journaling. It was something that filled me with light and made me feel very light and filled with love and light energies. So I knew that it was the right thing for me. And he was letting me know through my automatic writing and through my journaling at that point that this is how we can clear your body, your cell memory of past life traumas. So he is helping me heal blocks from past lives and my current life too. And I was doing that through automatic writing and what we might call soul writing as well, just moving through the layers. So that's how I started. And then after a little while, I began using a recorder. He guided me to use a recorder to use my voice to start speaking as I would channel information. And that was very mind-blowing. It was profound for me because this was not who I sounded like. My voice actually started to change. I wasn't prepared for how it would change my life. And it actually changed my life, channeling higher energies. I started with channeling Yeshua, Christ, and then other beings came in, other higher beings, ascended masters would gather around as well to help me with my channeling skills. And I began channeling for groups, for myself. Actually, I started out with a partnership with someone else because he guided me to 2 books about channeling. And I wanted to channel information more and more because he was giving me lots of knowledge and information. So I then found someone in a group and we would meet in person back when we used to meet in person a lot more. And we would partner up channeling that way. I had another guy that helped me with my channeling abilities. His name is Tachin. And she had a guide that would help her, and we'd ask each other questions, and then we would channel from these channeling guides or channeling beings that were helping us with that. And people ask me why consciously, why channel? Why would you even want to do that? Well, first of all, it fills me up with light. It feels good. It fills us up with love and light. When you're channeling higher beings, it feels amazing when you're channeling higher beings, and especially afterwards, you're just floating on a cloud, basically, because they are filled with love and filled with light. These beings and these energies that are the higher frequencies that are being they're merging with your body and your energy field. And it's not just about receiving messages. It's also about embodying the light and bringing that in. And what we're really doing is remembering who we are, that we are light and we are love. And so once we invite in and allow these higher energies to come into our energy field, then, or merge with us, then we carry those energy signatures within us always. And the more we work with these beings, the more integrated that we become with these higher beings, with the Christ light and other beings that we work with, because we're all one anyway, and we've worked with them before this lifetime. So we're just being reconnected. People have asked me, do I feel tired after channeling or exhausted? And I tell them no. When I'm channeling higher beings, just like I said, I feel recharged. I'm filled with light. I actually feel better when I channel higher beings and higher dimensional beings. It feels good. If you do feel exhausted or tired after you do channeling, whether it be automatic writing or voice channeling, then you're channeling from the lower mind. You're bringing information from a lower energy. or there may be a resistance or energetic resistance to to the process, because there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear when it comes to channeling with people, because there's a lot of information out there that says it's dangerous. And I don't believe it's dangerous at all, as long as you have good intention and you also only invite in higher energies. Now, the lower mind is going to try to get in the way and say you can't do this, or there's, something that you need to be fearful of. And I will say that discernment is essential, definitely, before you channel any spirit entities, such as higher or loved ones or things like that. Well, we do that when we're doing mediumship or psychic readings anyway. We're channeling that energy. But still, if you feel negative after channeling or while you're channeling these energies, if you feel any negativity, if you feel bad, feels if it's fear-based, then you can cut off the connection just like that. All you have to do is cut it off and move away from it and bring yourself back. Because anytime you're channeling higher energies, it should always be love-based, even when you channel loved ones for mediumship and that type of work as well, or just basically connecting to loved ones on the other side. I do encourage everyone to have an ongoing relationship with your guidance team always, anyway, whether you want to channel or not, because they are our team. If you just imagine your team standing behind you and around you during your life and wanting to help you in all your goals and all your endeavors with your life plan, actually, but we continually ignore them. They need something to do. Let's just say that they need something to do. Our angels and our guides, it's their job to guide us. That doesn't mean that they live our life for us or give us everything we want. It's whatever is in our highest good also is how they help us. But, we do have free will. And so we can make choices that we might feel are maybe not on our life path or where we should be, but they're always there still to help us and give us guidance to where we can find ourselves back on our path. It's up to us to continue with that communication. They do help us all the time. We just don't recognize it sometimes, or say it's just coincidence. So I do encourage everyone to have an ongoing relationship with your guides, no matter what your plans are in life, because I promise you it will benefit you exponentially. Okay. And journaling is probably the number one way to start with, or be in that space of an ongoing relationship with your guidance. Again, that's how I started. There's some really powerful channeled books out there that carry really high vibrational frequencies that have changed my life, basically, reading them. The Law of One is one. A Course in Miracles, The Way of Mastery, that I've been diving into the last couple of years, is amazing channeled material. I believe that even parts of the Bible, it's possible that many sections were channeled, although that may not be the word that they used back then, more like insight or inspiration, that type of thing. You don't have to be a trance medium to begin channeling if you would like to start channeling, or you're interested in doing something like that. To start where you are. And again, I believe that intentional journaling is the best way to start with channeling, or just having that conscious connection with your guidance, with your spirit guides, with your angels, with your loved ones. And what you can do is journal your thoughts. This is what I teach in my course: is journal your thoughts. Do like a thought dump, a regular thought dump each day, and just get everything out as much as you can. That clears your channel. And that will eventually evolve into automatic writing, where you're intentionally writing or journaling inspiration, talk to your guidance that way through writing, because then you get it out, get your thoughts out of your energy field and down on paper, which is really important to clear your channel, because our thoughts are bouncing around, and people's thoughts too that infiltrate our energy field are bouncing around in our energy field. Getting it out, it makes you feel lighter too. Believe me. And then you can evolve into automatic writing, where you can ask your guidance, your spirit guides, your guidance questions, about your dreams, your day, something that's heavy on your mind or on your heart, and ask them to help you with something. This helps tremendously. If you have a fight with your spouse, get your journal out and just start writing. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Don't censor anything. You'll feel so much better, I promise. And ask for guidance, and you'll get it. Believe me. Just trust whatever you get. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make any sense. Just get it out, and you can iron it out later. The more you do this, the wider your channel becomes, and the better you get at bringing in higher information, higher frequency information. Okay. And then if you'd like to, you can move into voice channeling from automatic writing. And I do love voice channeling, I will say. It's a profound experience when you feel the energy of the being or beings or a group. I channel a collective sometimes, merging with your physical body, what we call this physical body, and bringing through that energies. It's a very profound and joyful feeling. So I highly recommend it. And I do emphasize the importance of consistency and trust. Trust is big when you're working with other realms, I guess, unseen realms. It's big. So listen to your discernment, listen to your intuition always, and trust it. Always trust it. Listen to your body. Your body doesn't lie. And I also would highly recommend, if this is something that you're interested in, just do some sort of practice on a regular basis with journaling and writing. That is how you get started. That opens the door. I promise you, that opens the door. If you continue with that, you will start moving into more profound writings that don't even sound like you, and your pen's moving over the paper, and it's like, I don't know where that's coming from. That's not coming from me. And so, or even if you're typing on the computer, I prefer pen to paper. That's just me. But even if you're typing on the computer, you all of a sudden just start going, and you're like, this doesn't sound like me. Make sure it's loving, and something that you feel good with. And I would suggest identifying who is coming through when you are channeling. I've told my peeps that come through with me is that I ask them to let me know who I'm channeling, whether it be a collective of whatever energies. So a lot of times lately, especially, I'm getting the whale and dolphin realm, a collective of whales and dolphins coming through for me, and they always tell me who they are, identify themselves. Yeah, so I would suggest telling whoever is channeling through you, whether it be, or with you, actually, with you, whether it be through your automatic writing, or your intentional journaling, or voice channeling, however you want to do it, is ask them to identify who you're communicating with and who's communicating with you. Okay. It really is a profound gift, and it's sacred, and it helps you embody more light within your vehicle here. And who doesn't want more light, right? I mean, we all have access to it. It's who we are, what we are, which is love and light. And light carries information, carries knowledge. It helps us through our everyday life. When we embody more light, it helps us get through life. And I shouldn't say get through life, but just be the best that we can and be able to radiate love, because that's really why we're here, is to be and remember who we are, which is love in embodiment. And Christ teaches us that we are meant to radiate love because that's who we are. How can we not radiate love? Because that's who we are. And so channeling helps heal anything that gets in the way of that. And it's really a amazing ability and a sacred gift to the world as well when you bring through enlightened messages. So if you want to take a course, I do teach one. I just uploaded a replay of our last course on Kumara Academy website, kumaraacademy.com. It is life-changing, I promise you, if you stay consistent with it, and this is something that you're interested in. And thank you for listening and for being here. I do wish you all the best in life and continue channeling love and light. Be the bright light that you are always. I'm Sharon Kumara, and you have been listening to Awakened Soul Radio on Transformation Talk Radio. I invite you to embark on a transformative journey with us. Awakened Soul is a safe, sacred space for exploring the depths of our consciousness. Each episode, you will be inspired to shed the illusions that bind you, connect more deeply with your inner wisdom, and step into a liberating life of freedom, clarity, and purpose. To connect with me, visit kumaraacademy.com.